My friend and I stopped on a Sunday afternoon at a tiny, tiny gas station just on the side of the road in front of a house. And there's nobody. And it just says ring a bell. Suonare il campanello. And this lady comes out with an apron and a ladle in her hands and her slippers. And she proceeds to fill my car with gas. The gas station was literally like the front yard of her house.
Oh my gosh.
Very colorful.
Italian for Travelers, Episode 11, the gas and parking episode. In today's episode, we take to the open road and learn how to fill up our tanks and find parking along our Italian adventure. We also talk about where and where not to park in and around historic city centers.
Ciao! Benvenuti a Italian for Travelers, the second season of the Postcards from Italy podcast. I'm Elisa, a native Italian speaker and teacher. Although I was born in Emilia-Romagna, I've spent the last 18 years living in the US and teaching Italian to mostly American students. Along the way, I've learned a lot about what first-time travelers and new Italian language learners really want to know. In short, they want to live la Dolce Vita glamour, but without the grammar. This season, let's stamp your passport with some Italian vocabulary, cultural tips, dialogues, and practice lessons with my real-life student and friend, Erin. But we only share a fraction of what we talk about on our streaming episodes.
Visit www.postcardsfromitalypodcast.com for our bonus materials and subscribe to our newsletter for updates.
With our podcast and bonus materials, I can help you transform from just another tourist into a curious traveler. Okay. Here we go. Remember, don't worry if you cannot understand much during your first listen. Just relax, sit back, and enjoy la dolce lingua. Ok, cominciamo. Let's begin. Cari amici, benvenuti. Welcome to Italian for Travelers, Lesson 11. Benzinai e parcheggi in Italia.
Gas stations and parking in Italy.
Yes, and today is a very important episode in our series because we're going to teach you how to deal with two facts of living in Italy, especially if you are driving. One is that sadly, gas runs out while you're driving around in Italy and enjoying la Dolce Vita. And two, that unfortunately, you cannot park your cute rental Fiat 500 inside churches or museums. So you'll have to deal with one of the most nagging issues of Italian life, il parcheggio.
Parking. Okay. Yes. So let's begin today's episode with our idiom.
See, our idiom for today is this one that was voiced by one of our most famous Italian actors of a past generation. Il pedone è un automobilista che è riuscito a parcheggiare la macchina prima di noi.
And that means a pedestrian is a driver who managed to park his car before we did.
Yes, and this type of pedestrian is widely hated in Italy. You want to feel like a local? Let's deal with parking.
Wait, and who said this?
Ugo Tognazzi.
An Italian actor.
Yes.
Okay, well, let's get into it.
Benissimo.
Buongiorno. Is this a self-serve station? È self-service qui?
No, signora, è servito. Ha bisogno?
Servito. Oh, it's serviced. Oh, great. Sì, per favore. Let's see. Can you fill the tank, please? Mi fa il pieno, per favore?
Sì, signora, subito.
Grazie. Scusi, c'è un bagno qui? Oh, I really hope there's a bathroom here. Okay, so I noticed we have a lot of cultural notes about driving, gas stations, and parking spots.
Yes.
And now that you're seriously getting ready to embark on your Italian trip, we don't want to rain on your parade, but you have to know that, sadly, the nice full tank of gas you picked up in your rental Fiat 500 won't last you forever, as Elisa said at the beginning of our episode. On top of that, you'll probably have to find parking for your vehicle, since as gorgeous as they are, Italian cars are not allowed inside churches or national monuments. But don't despair, as always, your friends at Postcards from Italy have a few great tips for you.
Sì, benissimo. Let's start with the first one. Gas stations in Italy can range from tiny one-pump affairs on the side of the road to large service areas with rest stops. When they say that they can be tiny one-pump affairs on the side of the road, that's very true. A few years ago, when I was driving with my friend to the beach community near my house in Cesenatico, my friend and I stopped on a Sunday afternoon at a tiny, tiny gas station in Italy. And it was just on the side of the road in front of a house. And there's nobody at the gas station. And it just says, ring a bell. Suonare il campanello. So we went up the stairs and rang the bell for the house. And this lady, elderly lady, comes out with an apron and a ladle in her hands. And her slippers, and she proceeds to fill my car with gas. And she filled up my tank, and my friend and I were just joking. Like, was she making lunch or cleaning up after lunch? Did she put chicken stock in her tank?
Or maybe just in case somebody were trying to steal from her, she had a ladle. That was her weapon.
But the gas station was literally like the front yard of her house.
Oh my gosh.
Very colorful.
So you're saying that the attendants may or may not be present?
Yes, attendants may or may not be present, even when the sign in front of the station says aperto.
Or open.
Mm-hmm. Some stations are open 24/7, but might look closed. If there is no attendant, you have to pay at the machine with cash or sometimes with credit card before you pump your own gas. Please remember that machines will not give you change.
Oh, that's an important thing to note. Okay. Maybe have exact change if you're dealing with the machines.
Yeah, you can use your credit card. Just don't expect change if you put in cash. Yes. And let's give you a few more interesting tips.
In Italy, gas prices are listed per liter, and there are about 4 liters in a gallon. Sometimes there's a big sticker shock when you go to Italy and you think, oh, I'm getting a gallon. You're not. You're getting a lot less.
Yes.
And what types of gas are there? Can you tell us?
Benzina senza piombo or benzina verde.
So benzina senza piombo means unleaded gas. Is that correct? And benzina verde is...
like green gas, but it's basically the same.
Okay.
Unleaded.
Okay, but those are basically the same. Okay.
Yes. And then we have gasolio.
Gasolio, which is diesel.
Yes. And then just, if you say just benzina, that's regular gas.
Okay, great to know. It says here, small stations are generally cheaper than the large service areas on the autostrada, but typically they don't offer 24-hour service. Most of them are closed from 1 to 4 in the afternoon and on Sundays. Oh, it's so nice. I mean, it's nice unless you're traveling. It's nice for the attendants, I guess. Large rest stops usually have attendants to assist you and to collect cash payments from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Assistants can also check your tire pressure or oil level upon request.
Yes, and we'll actually see what you can say if you need services performed.
Okay, and it looks like there's one other note that you have here.
A very important note, and one that my students really love because it talks about autogrill.
Oh, one of my favorite parts of Italy and traveling by car in Italy.
Esatto. Autogrill, a chain of rest stops conveniently placed along our autostrade, is one of the best things Italians have ever come up with. It offers travelers a chance to refuel along with a coffee bar or small restaurant, shopping like regional specialties, cookies, meats and cheeses, but also maps, books, and more. And most importantly, at Autogrill, you will find clean restrooms and sometimes even free showers.
And the food is so good.
The food is good. The restrooms sometimes are on the shorter side of clean.
Oh, that's a nice way to say it.
But, if you need to go when you're in the autostrada, it's a good place to stop.
Okay, so you take your chances, but it's better to, be
and
able
that
to
being
stop.
said, I would never take a shower. I'm sorry.
Desperate times.
I would have to be in dire needs to take a shower out the grill, but it's better than other places, I guess. Okay, so now let's look at some words and expressions that are about getting gas. Parole ed espressioni essenziali sul benzinaio. Simple communication is our goal. Therefore, we often provide the default masculine form of a noun or an adjective, and we prioritize formal communication over informal, unless otherwise noted. Don't worry, Italian speakers will still understand you.
Is there a gas station near here?
C'è un benzinaio or un distributore qui vicino?
Open.
Aperto.
Closed.
Chiuso.
Is this self-service?
È self-service qui?
Is this serviced?
È servito?
Gas station attendant.
Il benzinaio.
Can you fill the tank, please?
Mi fai il pieno, per favore?
I need
Ho bisogno di
regular gas,
benzina normale,
unleaded gas,
benzina verde, or benzina senza piombo,
diesel.
diesel.
Can you check the tire pressure, please?
Può controllare la pressione delle gomme, per favore?
Can you change the oil, please?
Può cambiare l'olio, per favore?
I'd like to.
Vorrei
Pay cash.
pagare in contanti.
Pay with a credit card.
Pagare con la carta di credito.
The pump is out of order.
La pompa è guasta.
I'm going to ask you about this. So, could you also say la pompa non funziona?
Yes, brava!
Okay.
Certo.
Okay.
Yes, bravissima. And that's another option.
The last one is there a bathroom here?
C'è una toilette o un bagno qui? And now let's put what you learned into practice with lessico in pratica, vocabulary in practice. So, Erin, come si dice in italiano? How do you say in Italian? Can you fill the tank, please?
Mi fa il pieno, per favore?
Bravissima. Numero 2. I need unleaded gas.
Ho bisogno di benzina verde or ho bisogno di benzina senza piombo?
Eccellente.
Okay, so either of those will work.
Either of those will work, yes. Okay. Bravissima. Numero 3. Is there a gas station near here?
C'è un benzinaio qui vicino?
Perfetto.
Or there's another way to say it. C'è un distributore?
Un distributore.
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 Distributore qui vicino.
Bravissima. 4. Yes, it's past the main square.
Sì, e dopo la piazza.
Brava! This was a sneaky one.
I noticed that was sneaky. I did not find it in the vocabulary
No,
list.
this was from our previous lessons where you learned to say and understand directions.
So what I answered back was, yes, it's after the piazza.
Bravissima.
Okay.
Ottimo lavoro. Numero 5. Come si dice, is there a bathroom here?
C'è una toilette qui?
Sì.
Or I think I could also say, c'è un bagno qui?
Bravissima. Numero 6. Is this serviced or self-service?
È self-service qui o servito?
Brava. You got him all right.
Yay!
Sì, numero 7. Come si dice, I'd like to pay with a credit card.
Vorrei pagare con la carta di credito.
Perfetto.
So again, like sometimes I feel like I'm just linking the words slowly together, but
yes,
I think
that's exactly what you have to do.
So, yeah.
Bravissima. Numero 8. Excuse me, this pump is out of order.
Scusi, la pompa è guasta.
Perfetto, brava.
Or
Erin.
we could say it like we said earlier. You could say, scusi, la pompa non funziona.
Non funziona.
Non funziona.
Brava. Numero 9, we're getting close to the end. Come si dice, can you change the oil, please?
Può cambiare l'olio, per favore?
Sì, corretto. E l'ultima, last one. Sorry, the gas station is closed.
Mi dispiace, il benzinaio è chiuso.
Bravissima! You got that all correct. And now, let's hear some Italian vocabulary in action with this dialogue. Parcheggiare in Italia. Parking in Italy.
Buongiorno. How do you say, can I park here on the street? Posso parcheggiare qui per la strada?
No, signora, è solo per residenti.
Only for residents. Okay. C'è un parcheggio qui vicino? I hope there's another parking lot near here.
Sì, c'è un parcheggio qui a destra.
Oh, a destra. Here on the right. Perfetto. Is it free? È gratis questo parcheggio?
No, è a pagamento. Costa 8 euro al giorno.
Oh, okay, so I have to pay. 8 euro al giorno. 8 euros a day. Va bene, grazie. And now let's hear some cultural notes about the jungle that is Parking in Italy.
Yes, it truly is a jungle.
It's like, welcome to the jungle.
A color-coded jungle, and nobody knows how to read it.
Oh my gosh. If you think that Italian grammar is difficult,
try finding a parking spot in the town center in Italy on a Monday morning. We dare you.
Oh my gosh.
Or squeezing your spiffy Fiat 500 into a spot that looks like it could barely fit a Prada shopping bag. If you're up for the challenge and are ready to learn some decoding, we have some useful tips for you.
We're going to talk about some signs and a couple of other tips about
the rainbow.
Oh my gosh. Embrace the rainbow.
You want to feel like it's an Italian? Here's your opportunity.
So our first tip, in Italy, a parking area
parcheggio
will be marked by a P sign, so a capital P as in Peter. Most often, a white P on a blue background, and occasionally a blue P on a white background. Sometimes Google Maps or most navigation systems you might be using today will point you in the right direction to a parcheggio.
Esatto. And then parking spaces in Italy are color-coded. And here you see the creative minds of Italians at work.
Okay, taste the rainbow. Here we go.
I'll point out that not every Italian knows the meaning of all these colors, but we wanted to teach you the right way. Okay, so blue spaces are paid parking. Blue means pay. You park your car, pay for parking in the nearby parking machine, il parchimetro, and display your ticket on your dashboard. The parking meter may ask you to enter your car license plate. The sign above the meter will also state what times of the day or week you are required to pay. Most commonly, it's weekdays between 8 a.m. and 8 p.m.
Okay, pretty standard so far.
Pretty standard so far.
Blue means pay.
Blue means pay.
Okay.
Find a parking meter. Okay, so then we have white spaces. White spaces are either free or reserved for residents with a permit. Check the signs for the word residenti.
So that means residents.
Brava. If you find a free white parking space, take a few minutes to go play the lotteria.
The lottery.
Because it's definitely your lucky day.
So if you find one that doesn't have residenti,
yes,
then you're in luck.
If it's white and it doesn't have any more markings, it's your lucky day. Go play the lotto. Then yellow spaces require a permit. For example, residents, drivers with disabilities, taxis, etc. So yellow spaces are off limit most of the time.
So don't park in a yellow.
No. Then we have pink. Pink parking spaces are reserved for expectant mothers and families with infants and are usually located near the entrance of stores and or in some parking lots and garages.
So that's wonderful.
See.
That's a really
We finally
nice
got there
one.
too, yeah.
Yeah.
Lastly, green parking spaces are reserved for drivers parking or charging an electric vehicle. These spaces can sometimes be marked in a different color, but will always have a painted charging symbol on the pavement.
Okay, that one makes a lot of sense. It's green.
Yes.
So in short, blue means paid parking. Mm-hmm. White is free or only for residents.
See?
Yellow requires a permit. And so as a tourist, we may not.
Off limits for tourists most of the times.
Pink is for expectant mothers and for young families.
Yeah. And I promise you there's probably a lady in Italy, sticking out her stomach and parking in the pink.
Or using a pillow, please. Yeah. And then green means if you are charging an electric vehicle.
Esatto.
Okay, so that's not as hard as I thought it would be.
Well, it becomes harder when you're really, really trying to find a parking space in a city that's, full of cars and people. And then you see the pedone, the person walking who already parked before you, and you get angry.
Okay, all right.
Yes. Let's see some more notes about parking.
Yeah, so that wasn't it. That's not it. Okay.
No.
So this next one says, sometimes you don't need to pay for parking, but you can park in a spot for a limited amount of time. For example, un'ora. Mm-hmm. 1 hour.
Yeah, this might happen like in some outdoor malls.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they'll have a sign that will let you know. There's usually the sign of a parking meter, and then, it says whatever time, like an hour and a half, 60 minutes, whatever. It happens again, like in some outdoor malls, sometimes in like some parking lots in the town center.
This is great to be aware of, though.
Yes.
It says in this case, you will need to use a disco orario.
Un disco orario, yeah.
And that's a cardboard clock affixed to your windshield. You turn your disc to your arrival time and make sure you return back to your car within the allowed time.
Yes.
That's so...
So oftentimes this disco orario is like placed on the bottom right corner of your windshield, like on the passenger side. And it has like a tiny little handle, and then you turn it so that outside it reflects what time you arrived. And so that they know, looking at that you arrived, let's say at 3, they know that by whatever, 4:30, you need to be out.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yes.
I love that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's look at some more rules. A sign displaying a blue circle with a red outline and a red diagonal slash means no parking. A blue circle with a red outline and a red X means no parking and no stopping. Italians are known for disregarding these signs and parking everywhere and anywhere, but please don't follow our bad example and just do as we say.
Okay, that one's really important.
Yeah, this is like probably the 2 most disregarded signs anywhere in Italy.
Well, I think this is sort of like our last episode where we talked about driving, and you said you're going to see every type of driving, and here you'll see any type of parking.
Oh my gosh, yes.
But it doesn't mean that we have to do that.
No, if people could park their cars on top of other cars, they would do it. So you'll see entrances blocked, you'll see no parking sign, and you'll see cars parked right underneath the sign. Yeah, you see it all. It is truly a jungle.
But you don't want to get home to where
with
we
a nice
live.
postcards from the police?
Yeah,
no.
the postcards from the police, exactly.
Yeah, they can keep those.
So our next one says, on a sign, 2 crossed hammers indicate...
Giorni feriali.
And these are working days, usually Monday through Saturday. Paid parking signs indicating...
Solo giorni feriali, 8:20.
So that's from 8 hours until 20 hours, for example, mean that you only have to pay Mondays through Saturdays between 8 a.m. and 8 p.m.
So
the 24-hour clock.
Esatto. And you really have to be able to look at parking signs and decipher all these little clues. You always have to look at the arrows, the X on them. So no stopping, no parking, no stopping. You have to be able to read giorni feriali and remember what that means. Giorni festivi and remember what that means. We'll have all of this in the glossary. These are very, very important key expressions if you want to make sure that you're parking correctly in Italy after you've deciphered like all the colors and all that.
Yeah. And then there is also like one other tip that I have is if you forget with the signs and you have a smartphone and you're able to maybe do the Google Lens, you can snap a quick picture. Hopefully, if you're in an area where you have service, then it can help you out. But maybe go through this a couple of times. If you are driving in Italy, maybe listen to this episode a couple of times.
I would suggest listening to a few times even before you leave.
Yes, just to be sure. And then if all else fails, if you have service, then you might be able to look it up as well.
Esatto.
Okay.
Continuiamo. Let's continue with a couple more rules. Signs displaying a street cleaner and a day of the week indicate that on that day, streets will be cleaned and you are not allowed to park there.
So that is the same as here in the U.S.
Yeah. So even if it's a street where you are allowed to park, like you have to pay attention that there's no sign with a street cleaner symbol and a certain day of the week because you might be fined.
Wow. Okay.
I know. L'ultima regola, last one.
Ultimately, parking garages are going to be your best parking option in large cities. While more expensive than street parking, they're safer and they're stress-free. You usually receive a ticket upon entering the garage. You take it with you and insert it into a machine to pay when you're ready to leave the garage. And I know it seems like it's a lot of money, but it's so much less hassle and less stress, usually in a better neighborhood, or a better area.
Yeah.
Right? And you know You hope your car is going to be there when you get back.
It should be.
It should be fine. And of course, don't leave valuables in, etc.
Yeah, if it's one of those days where you don't feel like playing with colors and signs and all of that, just go to the closest parcheggio coperto, like the parking garage, and it's just easier.
And another thing I wanted to mention is that our signs, we have a handy PDF that you can download in our bonus materials. You can download it, you can put it onto your phone, you can also just print it out. So if you're a bonus subscriber, then you'll have that in your materials.
Esatto.
A quick note from Erin, the PDF for the road signs is the last page of the bonus materials for episode 10, so for the previous episode.
Now, let's look at some words and expressions that are essentials about parking in Italy.
Ciao, it's Erin. We're fading out here so that we can keep our free streaming episodes a reasonable length of time. For additional bonus audio and all kinds of other bonus materials, head to our website. So that's our episode for today. Thank you, Elisa, for walking us through La Dolce Vita one glossary and dialogue at a time.
Ma prego, piacere mio. It's my pleasure to help you learn and enjoy my native Italian almost as much as I do. Until next time, arrivederci.
Ciao!
Ciao, it's Elisa again. As you can tell, Erin and I love to talk about what travelers can expect when they visit Italy. Not just language, obviously, but with the culture, food, and so much more. In our free streaming episodes, we only scratch the surface. But in our bonus materials, you'll get access to everything, including transcripts for each episode, as well as translations, vocabulary lessons, and cultural tips from today's roundtable. Visit postcardsfromitalypodcast.com for details. Have the confidence of an Italian even in simple conversations and everyday situations. With our bonus materials, you'll get ad-free, full-length audio conversations, practice exercises with written worksheets, and bonus graphics that decode gestures, road signs, and menus.
Our premium subscribers get one additional bonus not found anywhere else. For our Italian for Travelers family, we've created uninterrupted glossaries for each episode that include the English word or expression, followed by the Italian version, which is then repeated so that you can listen and learn, practice, and repeat. These no-fuss listen and repeat glossaries take the drama out of learning travelers' Italian. Listen in the car, on your morning walk, on planes and trains, even while doing dishes or making dinner. Each episode's glossary file features all of the mini-glossaries in that lesson, so you can focus on the terms and situations that matter most to you, like food, shopping, or sightseeing. This is only for our Season 2 bonus material subscribers, so sign up today.
If you're an intermediate learner, you may also love the lessons in our Season 1 bonus materials, so check out our website. Visit postcardsfromitalypodcast.com for details. Postcards from Italy is a labor of love, connecting different cultures as we explore the dynamic nature of modern Italy through its language.
And remember to follow us on Instagram and sign up for our emails to stay updated on webinars and classes.
Thank you for listening. Non vedo l'ora di incontrarci di nuovo.